Welcome back to Dadnarok. This is Sean,
And this is Chris.
and tonight we are talking about the upcoming movies for the summer 2025 season. And before we begin, we're Dadnarok. We do a lot of fun things on this channel. We're a couple of dads that live in the Midwest. I don't know. Right now, I'm doing a game playthrough. What's it called? I'm playing a video game and streaming it and putting it on the web for all to see. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. About 6 videos in so far. I upload about every other day or so. That's kind of our first foray into really putting gaming up on the channel. We do a lot of stuff around pop culture. Like for right now, we're talking about movies. We also talk about stuff that's going on in our home lives, our dad lives, too, which you had some interesting experiences this week, didn't you?
Oh, good Lord. Today's Tuesday. So a week from basically today, I was in my kitchen and my wife was like, fill the dog's water bowl. Wife says something, as a husband, we have to do it or there's repercussions. Uh, so went ahead, filled it up. This is maybe a gallon. It's not much at all. So I'm holding it and I drop to a knee. My right knee goes to the ground and I feel a tear, a pop, something in my left quad, and I black out and hit the floor. And I'm on the floor for a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just trying to get myself together because it's hurting so bad. I'm shaking, like I'm shivering, shaking. I'm suppressing tears. The kids are freaking out now.
I bet.
And I'm holding my leg. Janessa wasn't even in the house when it happened. She was in the garage.
Mm,
Zach heard me. He comes running. Then Skylar comes running, screaming and crying. Janessa comes running, and what's going on? Daddy hit the floor. She thought maybe my back went, spazzed on me, and I hit my head on the floor.
right.
And I'm like, no, it's my leg. I don't know what I did. I can't move it. It's just I could put no pressure on it. It was some of the painful thing I've ever experienced. So I'm like, okay, Janessa got me up off the floor, which I was very impressed with. I mean, she anchored herself on the counter and everything. I'm pulling myself up with one foot. I get to a chair and I'm like, you know what? Let me sit here for a minute. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm in terrible pain, but I know I have some muscle relaxers for my back issue. So I was like, maybe I said take a muscle relaxer. I should be fine. I sat there for maybe 5 minutes. I looked at her. I was like, we got to go.
Oh,
I
wow.
was like, and she knows if I say we got to go,
Yeah.
something's wrong.
Right.
So we got me to the actual ER, and I literally had to put me in a wheelchair to wheel me in. And in our area, one of the biggest hospital chains in the area has had a ransomware attack just recently.
Yeah.
So that hospital chain is down, and it's not one I go to,
Yeah.
but because of that, everybody and their mother are going to the other big hospitals and just completely weighing down their ERs. So I'm in there in complete pain, and I'm there for about 2.5 hours, just sitting stashed in a corner, trying to get comfortable with my leg, trying to get comfortable in a wheelchair, which I've never sat in before in my life outside of goofing with.
Yeah.
And I asked her, if she can go up there and just kind of just understanding the situation. Can you just ask nicely, an estimate on how long before I would even be seen? They said another 2.5 hours before I even got to a room.
Yikes.
And when she told me that, I was pissed. Then
Yeah.
she said they had me under leg pain. So they might as well said I had a runny nose
Leg pain. I mean,
because
technically it's accurate, but
it's like they said they'll take you in based on, severity. Leg pain, I'm pushed into the ER.
yeah.
I didn't walk. I barely was even there long enough for him to take my vitals. And I was like, you just got to put me somewhere because I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around nobody. I hurt.
Yeah.
When she told me that, she's like, well, there's a standalone ER about 15 minutes away from the house. Wait was an hour. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just go there. I went out of this hospital.
Yeah.
Take me somewhere else. They took me over there, and it still took 2 hours. But when this is all happening, my mom was flying back from Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to drive to Columbus to pick her up at the airport at like 11:30.
Yeah.
Needless to say, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm left at the hospital or the ER. Janessa drives to Columbus, leaves me there, and I get looked at. They say, X-rays negative, which I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't a skeletal issue. It's a muscle issue.
Right.
He's like, okay, so you need an MRI. I can't order one. Like, what the hell did I just wait all day in the ER for if you can't help me? So he gave me some pain meds, sent me home, and told me to see my doctor, which I couldn't even get into for a couple days. And then they scheduled the MRI, and I can't get in for that until the 19th.
And today's the 3rd, by the way.
And I'm
You're over 2 weeks away from getting an MRI done.
Yes. So by the time that happens, I mean, it may be all right. I don't know. But they gave me pain meds, and like I've got some ibuprofen. So I'm like on ibuprofen, and I don't stop. I'm not the type of person that's just gonna stop doing things.
Right.
For instance, we went to Kings Island last night. I took some medicine, and by the time we were done, though, I was hurt. I'll be honest, I was hurting.
Oh, really?
I was. It was my leg. No, I didn't. I rode one ride. Like I didn't do what I typically do and ride everything, and I rode one thing. And I was like, okay, I just can't physically do it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with.
I would say your doctors would probably tell you to not even ride the one ride.
You're probably right. But I was like, you know what? Some medicine's in me. I'm stupid.
I can't, for God's sake, I can't sit in a chair for 2 weeks. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, I hobbled my ass around. It's I was like, if I wake up in the morning, it's fine because there's been no use of my leg. And the later the day gets, the more it's like, oh, that hurts, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. And now my other leg is actually starting to bother me because I think it's mainly because I'm compensating.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
For
You're using
the
muscles in
hurt
the
leg.
other leg you're not used to, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's been an eventful.
This is all since our last episode, since last week.
Yes. I'm falling apart. My back. Someone said you hit 40, all of a sudden your back's completely shot. Now you tear a muscle in your leg. I mean, what's next? I don't want to think what's next.
Don't think about it. All good things.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be totally healed up by the time the MRI gets to you. And
I hope not.
I know.
I really hope not. I really hope I'm still having some type of pain so they can see what happened, because I hate the fact that I may not have any idea what happened.
I know that does suck. I just realized that our banner was saying something about The Last of Us 2, which is all done.
Well, we can run the Lord of the Rings one. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
But in the meantime, what that let me do is once I was able to actually bend my leg and I was putting no pressure on it, I finished my Hogwarts Express.
There you go, which I noticed and I saw. I saw you did a like a little compilation video at the end there, didn't you?
Yeah, because I was putting it up like piece by piece on the shelf. So I was purposely taking a picture. So that's eventually at the end I can put them like the whole thing up, kind of like a time lapse type setup.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which was fun. Now I've got, a few other things. I actually had one of our viewers that's been around with us for a long time, Ted Lasso and everything. She's requesting more. I was like, you know what? I have a mandrake I can build. So I'm going to build the mandrake, and then I've got the Pixar lamp that just came in today because it was release day on the 1st, and I had to get the Pixar lamp. So
you have more in the chamber. You're ready to go.
Yeah, I've got when you have a backlog, you're starting to get an issue, and I know I'm starting to get an issue.
Well, that's cool. We have more content coming up then here on the channel to look forward to. I think I saw some comments where she wants us to review the Harry Potter show whenever that comes out now too.
Yes, she does.
We're not even close to that though. They just started casting, didn't they?
I think we're at least 2 years out from not even becoming. I'm not sure. Yeah, when that's going to actually be released.
I'd say there's a good chance. I'd say there's a good chance that'll show be culturally relevant. There's a good chance we'll take a look see when that comes out.
I even went as far as thinking about like looking, because you're playing the game. Your game, Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting an itch. I kind of want to jump on that train too, but there's Hogwarts Legacy, which I love, but it's like, do I really want to put the commitment that you just put in with that game? And the honest to God answer is no. But on the Switch, they have 2 different Lego Harry Potter games, which can't be long. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll do that.
You should. To be fair, I kind of dove headfirst into quite the issue. Like, I did a Dadnarok arcade episode about a year and a half ago, and I was just piddling around on an old Ninja Turtles Nintendo game, and that was a one and done. And my intention was to play more retro games. And then as we got here, we were kind of looking for content, what we could do over the summer. I've played Red Dead kind of once or twice, got into it over the last few months. So I'm like my muscle memory in my hands as far as how the controls go and the gameplay mechanics is all like still in here. So I was like, that might be a fun one. And since then, I've been like, I got a new camera. I got like a new setup here. I've got like OBS. I'm learning OBS. I'm learning a brand new video editing software that I didn't pay for, by the way, Christina. If you're listening to it, I didn't pay for any new software or anything. It's free.
Yeah, OBS is a free, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of dove head first into kind of doing some new things, and I'm basically I'm recording one day and kind of doing a quick edit the next day, and so it can upload on the following day. I'm doing kind of a every other day rotation, so it's fun. I liked it.
It's actually turning out really good. Yeah, I actually watched. 'Cause I know nothing of the game. It was a game that you told me to go ahead and get, and it was on sale, and I got like I don't know, the big package of it or whatever it was. You know, all the
Yeah,
downloadable content. Dude, I played it, and I did not like it, but I didn't enjoy it. Like
yeah,
I'm still in the snow. Because I haven't gone back to it. I'm still in the snow.
yeah. And
Uh,
especially that part of the game's kind of a slow burn. So
so
if it lost you there, you're done.
I'm playing it. I'm like, okay, I put it down with the intention to picking it back up. Never picked it back up. And it's one of those things. If it's not pulling me back, I'm just done. Like if a book doesn't pull me back, I'm not reading it. If a TV show, there's a bunch of things out there. If it doesn't immediately grab me,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to make time for something that I was like, I don't know.
So that's what's going on with us. I went to go see a movie over the weekend,
You got out of
Lilo
the
and Stitch.
house?
I did,
Oh,
yeah.
the hermit crab got out. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we all as a family went to go see Lilo and Stitch.
What'd you think?
I really loved it. I mean, you told me a little bit after you saw it because you saw it the previous week, opening week.
Yeah,
I'm kind of on a week delay. I think this weekend I'll go see The Karate Kid because I want to see that. But I loved it. I thought it's just kind of the perfect remake. I know they made some changes from the animated one, but I think there's a small subset of like super fans of that animated one that are really upset about some of the changes. But for me, you got the two title characters, Lilo and Stitch. Lilo was perfectly cast. That little
yeah,
girl was great.
she nailed it.
And then the actual realization of Stitch between the CG and animatronics they used, I mean, it was perfect. So I don't know. Thumbs up for me.
Yeah, we enjoyed the crap out of that. And when we went to it, the theater was packed. So
Yeah.
we went. It was like we actually bought tickets like a couple weeks in advance, not knowing like how it was going to go. And Skylar was a must watch. She shows up. I think I even told you in her full Stitch onesie,
Yeah, I saw
Stitch
pictures. Yeah.
flipper flip flops on or slippers on with a Stitch shirt on, and just in case she gets warm. She's just sitting there enjoying it and watching it. There was a cool. I think I may have pointed this out. I don't know if you noticed it when you're watching live. The young guy that lives next to him, the surfer guy,
Yeah.
his necklace was Maui's hook from Moana.
Oh, was it? That's fun.
Yeah, I kind of caught that closer to the end. Looked over at Zach, said, "Dude, that's Maui's hook." And he's like, "Where?" I said, "On his necklace." And he looks like, "Oh yeah, it is." By the time I noticed to tell Skylar, it was after the fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie. I went into that movie extremely excited. Like that was a movie that I wanted to see. I wanted it to be good. Everything I seen, about it was good, and it lived up to expectations for us. Okay, it couldn't have gotten any better.
Yeah. It was really, really good. And it was actually, the theater was pretty populated for the second weekend. And when we were in there, I was like, this is going to be number one again this weekend. And I was right. I think it got over 60 million for the second weekend. So it trounced the Karate Kid. It trounced. There was what other movie came out? I don't know, but it trounced that one too. Yeah, look up the actual release dates of these things. I think Karate Kid opened up at number 3, honestly, and there was a movie in between that I forget um, what was in between, but that's kind of a sad opening for Karate Kid. I mean, sad and not sad. It's an old property, but it does have a little bit of juice from the Netflix show Cobra Kai that I thought was pretty popular.
I don't think it really stood a chance still because it was Lilo and Stitch was 61.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible, man,
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
that went to 27, and then Karate Kid hit 20, and then there's still Final Destination, which was 10 for the top 4 there. But yeah, even Lilo and Stitch just killed it again,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even a 60% drop; it was a 57% drop from week 1. So, but yeah, I don't understand the Mission Impossible thing. I never got into the Mission Impossible thing, and it's just profitable enough for them to continue making them. I think it's the last one.
It's supposed to be, but it better be. I mean, there's been 7 of I think it's the 7th one.
And I think there's been diminishing returns on them too. I mean, I don't
Oh,
know that for
yeah.
certain. I mean, they've slid, down. Just more and more people just aren't interested.
They should have ended that a few movies ago. Yeah, and they just haven't. One that I'd be remiss to mention, you didn't see Thunderbolt, or did you see Thunderbolts?
I did not see Thunderbolts.
No, I did not see Thunderbolts either. I think that did okay in the theater, right? As far as making
I
some money.
think that may have been a loss for Marvel.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, overall, I think that I can check real quick, but I think that may have been a loss. You see Thunderbolts right there. Worldwide, 370 million. Only made 182 domestically. Yeah, that's probably
Okay.
a loss.
As far as Marvel movies go, yeah, that probably is.
Well, I mean, you think about it, it was probably a $100 million budget.
Yeah, at least just for the marketing.
Yeah, just for the marketing alone. Yeah. No, that one had me. I was like, I was interested, but I wasn't interested enough to go to the theater for it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, it's like I know after a certain period of time it's going to come out in Disney Plus, and I can make time just to sit in my living room and watch it. And if I don't like it, I can just shut it off.
I felt that way about all the Marvel movies since Endgame, honestly. And we've already talked about the state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not too thrilled by it anymore, but yeah, I think I will be seeing Fantastic Four, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it's a little long in the tooth, I think.
Okay, so how do you want to jump into this? You want to? Is there one specific one that you're looking forward to this summer?
No. Well, yes, Superman. I want to.
Okay.
Superman's probably my big one that I am looking forward to the most. It's like that's my number 1 spot, and then all of the rest of them are kind of tied for second place. Like I don't really feel strongly about, if we were to like tier these things one way or another. Like Lilo and Stitch, I didn't have like big expectations for, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because I left the theater, like pleasantly surprised that it was that good.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, what we're doing here?
Are you gonna play as a Superman trailer?
I was getting ready to play as a Superman trailer and just kind of get it, primed, and well, I'd done jacked everything up. So let's go ahead. Let's check out the Superman trailer.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's
might.
a lot of fire,
It's
but-
a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're going to be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me
problems around the world.
and doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you. You have a dog?
July 11th, week after the 4th of July holiday. I could see your face of disgust.
That did nothing for me. If the best part for me is the dog.
There's a CG dog going, and I heard
Yeah.
you go, ah,
Yeah, the
dog,
dog.
doggy.
I mean, that's the only part that had me at all. And I'm like, I seen this
I
big
mean,
monster.
to be fair though, you don't like Superman as a character.
That is very fair. Now, the big like monster looking thing that was in the city that he punched, the first thing I thought was a kaiju from Pacific Rim. I was like, where are the big old the not the Kagers, but the Jaegers to go ahead and start fighting them. But I'm sidetracked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
You don't like Superman.
To
You
be
never
very 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 straightforward and fair. He's right. I don't like anything about Superman. I don't think I don't like any of it. If I was going to fall on the side of anyone, I'd probably fall on the side of Lex Luthor, but be some big supervillain. But even like Green Lantern looks hokey to me. I don't know who this Hawk. I don't know, and I know nothing about any of these characters. And the thing is, I knew very little about the Marvel characters.
Yeah.
And they got me to enjoy them. So maybe once I see this when it comes out to where I can see it at home, I may enjoy it and maybe actually suck me into the other characters.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think you're going to enjoy this one. No, because I think you have to have some deeper understanding about what Superman is. Because I think you just kind of take Superman at face value. Just Superman. I do good. I'm a big Boy Scout. I'm kind of boring, and who cares? And like I view Superman in kind of a different level where, like, it's just I find him very interesting. And he gets more interesting the more complex our society gets because back in the 50s when the TV show was on, to have the man standing, for truth, justice, and the American way with his arms on his hips and just doing the right thing constantly, that was like the idealistic altruism that people aspired to back then. But our society has changed a lot since, the 30s when he was made and the 50s when he was on TV and even the 70s when he was first on a movie, with Christopher Reeve. And this movie, I think, is looking to tackle what it means to be Superman in today's world. Like, what does that mean to be Superman? I think this is Clark Kent, just a boy that was raised in Kansas by a couple of really good, down-to-earth parents he has the abilities that are greater than the mortal men, right? And he has the ability to do good. Like anything could have happened to where this guy could have been corrupted by his nature and just dominated the planet. And but he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be a symbol. He wants to be hope. He wants to be something that people can aspire to be. He said, the whole tagline on the poster is "Look up, look to the sky," right? And I think that's the biggest part about Superman is like, how do I fit in this world? How do I do the right thing when even when you feel like you do the right thing, it's going to be questioned by half of the people that are out there, whether or not it was actually the right thing. And I think we live in a more complex society and complex world now. And I think it's more interesting now to talk about or see what a character like Superman even is anymore. What does Superman mean to people? There's a time where like that even just like with superhero movies, there was a time where that symbol meant something. People wore the symbol around the S on hats and T-shirts, and they pictured Christopher Reeve, and it made him feel something. I think between 20 years of Marvel movies and us being inundated with the superhero genre, like Superman is the superhero. Like if there's a Mount Rushmore of superheroes, he's right in the middle.
Oh, I'll
You
agree. Yeah, I'll agree with that. If there was going to be a Mount Rushmore of superheroes, by all means. I mean, I think DC would have two prominent ones. You'd have
Oh yeah.
Batman and Superman are the first two that I would even think of that would belong on there. I mean, then you'd probably have your Captain America, but I mean, then I think it becomes kind of sketchy. Like who else goes on there besides those three? You have
Probably
one spot.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh no, put Spider-Man in a trap and stomp on him. I think personally, I think he's one of the worst Marvel. Like of all the movies, I don't like. I'm just not.
So you're
I'm,
thinking about the movies, not the history since the comic books of the 60s. This is Chris's personal Mount Rushmore you're talking about.
well, yeah, okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmores are hard, but
So yeah, you and I feel very differently about the character. I'm more excited, of course, about it because I just like I think I see what they're trying to do. James Gunn is starting a brand new cinematic universe with DC characters. And
here's a
I
better
want to see
question
where it
for
goes.
you: will it be successful, or what would they consider a success for this movie?
I think it will be successful. I don't know if it'll hit $1 billion. I think they'll consider it a success if it hits 1 billion. I don't think it's going to get there. I don't know. And whatever fault it hits, I actually honestly don't blame it on the character or the director or the new effort because I feel like Zack Snyder's movies were kind of a big swing and a miss.
Yeah,
Like swing, 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 miss, miss, miss. To me personally, I don't think he got the character Superman right. I like Henry Cavill as an actor, but I just feel like they tried to go too kind of dark and metaphysical with it. They tried to be the Dark Knight,
yeah.
they tried to be Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, and that the
It-
Superman character is not that. So um, they went a very strange way with it. I feel anyway, but I don't think it's going to make the money. I don't know. Look, I'm 50-50. I could see it going either way. I can see it being a huge hit because the marketing has been a huge hit. As far as the trailer you just played,
I
I mean,
think
a
I
ton
think
of
the
views.
people that are looking forward to it, like yourself, are going to be out there. The people like
Yeah,
me aren't going to see it all. Are they going to reach the middle people? It's really what it comes down to. Are they going to be able to get someone that is just a little interested enough to go out and see it?
I'm
And
not sure what.
it's gonna launch their new universe. So I don't remember how well Iron Man did the first one, but everything piggybacked off of that.
All right, I will say this. So the weekend before, which is July 4th weekend, on July 2nd, the new Jurassic World movie comes out, Jurassic World Rebirth. Okay.
Okay.
I think anybody is even interested in seeing a Jurassic Park movie anymore is gonna see that the first weekend.
Oh, I think that's gonna do monster numbers. I think that
What did the last Jurassic Park
I
movie
think
make?
they got close to 1 billion. I think all these like dinosaur eating movies, they all get close to $1 billion.
Well, I'll say that so it's Jurassic Park the weekend before, and the weekend after is I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Oh, good
horror
Lord.
movie franchise that I don't know how many people care about that, and the Smurfs movie.
That looks god awful.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not super excited for
Oh
it?
my god, it was funny because they showed a trailer in front of Lilo and Stitch, and Janessa looked over at me and was like, "That looks terrible." Like, she never comments on movie trailers.
Yeah.
That one there, she was like, "That looks terrible."
So I think there's a little space around Superman to actually bring in some good money, because I think it'll be between the weekend before, the weekend after, and I'm trying to look. July 25th, the Fantastic Four movie comes out, and that just by nature of being another superhero movie will eat into Superman's box office. But
So Dominion made just over $1 billion.
that surprises me.
Yeah,
I think the Jurassic World movies are stanky.
They just it's.
Personally.
I mean, honestly, it's just like, I mean, people crap on the Transformer movies.
I knew you were going to bring that up, but you're absolutely right. Like me just want big, loud, noisy, big moving.
I want to
things.
go in there with my popcorn, my soda, and I just want to be entertained. I don't care if it makes any logic sense.
Right.
I just want to be entertained, and that's really what it comes down to. And it's gonna. I think Superman's gonna hurt the second week of Jurassic Park, but I think it's possible, or Jurassic World. It may give it a run for money for Superman's first weekend.
Yeah.
It won't beat it. It's going to come in second, but I think it's going to give it a run for money. And I think if we're looking at the two, I would put money on Jurassic World Rebirth financially beating out Superman.
That's interesting.
And the reason I would say that is based off franchise history, because the Superman movies haven't always done really big numbers, but all of the Jurassic World movies and Jurassic Park movies have done blockbuster numbers.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's just makes me sad, though.
I will be in the theater to watch some dinosaurs eating people.
Yeah, I know. Didn't you have some more trailers lined up?
Honestly,
let's move on.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
We might as well watch that one.
Let's just go ahead and get that one queued up here.
Let's move away from Superman. It'll only divide us more.
And let's go ahead and give this one a run. You want to go ahead and flip the... There we go.
Sorry. Please open the door for me.
That's what people want.
On the island we're headed to, 24 species have survived there alone.
The theme park owners did experimental work, leaving only the worst ones here.
Don't see that every day.
Or ever.
Let's go.
If we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
Maybe we should make this quick, huh? Time to move.
We put ourselves in a place where we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
That's kind of our specialty.
She's scared. She's scared of.
Come on! Run!
The hell is that?
We're not gonna let you get hurt, okay?
Hey!
Then was the source.
We found it?
No, it found us.
That one just makes me smile.
Uh-huh.
I know you would rather the first. The second one is definitely
Well, I'm glad they don't call it Jurassic Park Rebirth. Because Jurassic World is not Jurassic Park. These movies are so far from the movie that I fell in love with as a 10-year-old in
the
1993.
original. Yeah.
It's just a kind of generic dinosaur action movie, which is fine, but to be associated with the movie that I found to be so just special.
Oh, the first time you hear the song, and then you see the gate, or you see Dr.
And
Grant
just
look up.
the themes and the wonder, just like the wonder, like all the wonder's lost. Now it's just a Godzilla movie.
I think they missed the mark, honestly, at the end of the last one, because I really think that made me smile. I'll be honest. I was smiling the whole time I was watching it. The fact that they got Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali to be in this, I don't know how they pulled that off. Big checks.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, a big check. But I think the other one, it should have been more. The dinosaurs are now roaming the U.S., the continent.
Right. Let's do something actually interesting. Yeah.
Because they put out that YouTube like short where the people were camping and they ran into a couple dinosaurs. It became a disaster. That would have been fun to see how they were surviving with our population. And then they're going to spread as far as they can spread within the Western Hemisphere, because they couldn't obviously cross the water unless they're the flaggy ones. But they went a different way, and honestly, I've only seen that one once, and I don't even remember a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one here just makes me, and it's always someone happens to go back to an island, and then there's a team that goes in to rescue those people that were stupid enough to find that island or go on the island. And yeah, it's a lot of rinse and repeat. I'll be honest. I'm right there with you. I understand. But I love it. Like, I can't wait to be in the theater. I'm going to be watching it with Zach. We're going to go in there. We're going to watch people get eaten. And he's never going to have the experience really of the T-Rex eating the lawyer off the toilet. But
right.
I mean, it's fun. I think this is going to be, like I said before going into it, I think this is going to be huge financially. And it's just going to fuel more. That's just all it is. They're just going to keep on pumping out. Universal is going to keep on pumping out these Jurassic movies until one of them just doesn't do, or two of them don't do well. I think it's got to be two that lose money for them to pull the plug on it.
Yeah, I think this is a crossroads, honestly. I feel like if there's enough interest, kind of waning interest from the Chris Pratt Jurassic World movies into this, where, okay, let's gear up for a brand new trilogy. Like let me invest in a new trilogy with new characters. And it's like, well, these are the reject dinosaurs from different islands. And okay, that's all we need to know. And we got cool, badass guns and Mahershala Ali. And like, I guess, it just feels like if Netflix's algorithm made a Jurassic Park movie and like, let's just make it bigger and faster, better, and like
wow,
louder.
You could not have hit it with a worse diss than a Netflix movie. Wow.
It's just what it feels like to me. It just feels very generic by the numbers. But like you said, some people just want to go to the theater, buy their popcorn, and just kind of check out for 2 hours and be
escapism.
mesmerized. Yeah.
It's just
escapism.
And I think that's a part of why I'm not really feeling the Superman thing, is because I think they're using current times with some of the things, some of the storylines. I know it's going to be Superman, it's going to be Lex Luthor and all that.
Yeah,
but I think I don't want to go for that. I want to go for something that's completely separate. and it's gonna be dinosaurs eating people. I'm like, okay, I'm cool with a dinosaur getting a snack at night.
Did you see the original Megan movie?
I did not, but that is on my bucket list to see here real soon because I am interested in the sequel.
You do want to see Megan 2.0?
I am not a horror person at all anymore.
Right.
I am a wimp. I don't like going to the theater to see him. I don't care how like people are like Sinners and all those.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just not that person. I'm so far from that person anymore. But Megan has me like intrigued. Like I may actually have to watch it here sometime soon so we can catch it.
I've seen Megan, and it's like a horror comedy. It's got kind of the same vibes as like a Shaun of the Dead or a Gremlins. It's not like total all the way horror like you might be thinking of.
Too much for Zach.
Yeah, too much for Zach. Yeah,
too much for Zach. Okay.
Yeah. But another couple years maybe as like an introduction to horror movies. Like it's good. There's some kills, but it's not too gory, and it's definitely not as gory or scary as like the Child's Play movies. Like it's kind of somewhere just short of that. Megan as a character is interesting, and the fact that the first one's more horror, it seems like they're doing more action oriented the second time around, because like there's a different Megan that some other company made that's like going crazy, and they're gonna like reboot the original Megan to try to defeat that one, and it looks kind of like an action, like robot on robot fighting action.
What I've been able to tell from it is it knows what it is, and it's not trying to be anything more than it knows it is.
Exactly, and it stays in its lane, and it does it very well. Like I really enjoyed the first one, and I saw the trailer for the new one, and yeah, I feel the same way where I'm intrigued. I want to go see it too.
Yes, that's because I just got to find time to wedge things in. I'm wedging like Andor right now, season 2.
Yeah.
I'm wedging that into every like minute I have to go ahead and catch up on. Now there's 2 more I've got queued up here.
Okay.
I've got the F1 movie with Brad Pitt, which I am pumped for. I can't wait to see. And then How to Train Your Dragon. Which one do you want to address?
Let's do F1 because I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll get this one ready here for us. Okay, let's go ahead and roll with this one here.
So you like straight talk?
Straight as an arrow, no sugar.
Why are you here, Sonny? When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble, old school cowboy. Doesn't take orders, goes his own way, huh? A lone wolf. Well, I've news for you. Formula One is a team sport. It always was. Listen, let's get this straight. We all lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure. None.
The only question here is, why did Sonny Hayes come back to F1?
I think it's really wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
It's all right. You're just worried I'm quicker than you.
You're making a mistake thinking that I'm just going to be some grateful kid who'll bend the knee to an old timer.
I never should have pulled you into this.
Inside contact!
That's the other driver. You say he was old. He not that old. That's a handsome man right there.
What's he doing?
Plan C, be ready.
Just got hope for some lucky breaks.
Hope is not a strategy.
Anything else, Professor?
Try fast. Ever seen a miracle?
Not yet. How do you think I'd feel if you die on the track?
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.
Okay.
That to me feels like what a summer blockbuster movie used to always feel like. Like that, I mean, it flat out told you the same people that did Top Gun Maverick were behind this. So the racing and
Yeah.
everything and those shots, it just feels like that it's an appropriate summer movie.
I don't disagree with that. I was hoping that I would get a little bit of story to pull me in. And I don't know if I'm quite there yet because it's like there's been a lot of racing movies, right? Like Driven and Driver and I mean name them all. Like even Tom Cruise was even in his own racing movie. Oh, Days of Thunder. You know, and like
Yeah.
I've never gravitated towards any of them. It's just like it's not been a thing that I've been very interested in. And this is in itself like if this was like NASCAR maybe, but this is even more separate because this is like European and like separate even culturally from me. So it's like the rest of the world's racing and not like the racing that I'm used to even seeing on the television, right? So I don't know. I think the trailer had some work for me to draw me in, and like I have an understanding like the sound design, the special effects, that you're going to be on like a ride, like if you're going to see it in IMAX kind of thing,
I
right?
may actually me and Zach may go see this, and there's a Regal not far from me that has the 4D.
Yeah,
The
you
seats
should.
and everything. That I think I had never seen one in a 4D theater before. This may be the first one we see in a 4D theater.
It'd be rumbling your butts.
Yeah, just kind of oh, dude, I don't see. I don't disagree with you. I've never been a big like I watch a lot more NASCAR and everything than you ever have.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
watch a whole lot anymore. I kind of every now and then I'll put one on, but I watched the video game one, Gran Turismo,
yeah, yeah.
and I love that. And it's I think if I remember right, it's the same type of cars that they're driving. It's the Formula One cars,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm coming off that high, and I'm really enjoying that one. Then I find this one, and I'm like, this looks fantastic. And you're right. We don't know what draws Brad Pitt's character back into the racing. Why is he feuding with this other young driver that's on the team? Well, I mean, I
Right.
guess it's probably like, okay, I can't do it. Why are they bringing this old guy in to try to complete what I can't do? And why is the team going to fold if he doesn't win? You know what I mean? If it doesn't work, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of holes to the story that they're not telling you at all. They're giving you the flashiness, the racing, the crash, all of that stuff.
I feel like I'm almost there to give it a chance. It's just tough because it's like I have to be so selective anymore with going to the movies. Even stuff that I'm interested, sometimes I don't end up going and just waiting for it to come out streaming or whatever. Like
Yeah.
just because to get out of the house, you're spending money, you're spending time, and a lot of that's money and time are precious most of the time. So it's just like, is this going to drag me out of the house? And I don't know if I'm quite there yet. Maybe if it's but potentially if they release like another trailer between now and then, and it has the potential of hooking me.
There may be another one. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but I know there's one on Apple TV that it may get you if you watch it on your TV downstairs with your surrounds and everything.
Right.
Just the bigger view of it may actually get it for you. But that's how I watched it for the first time. But yeah, that one there, it's for me. I don't know how well
it
it's
does
going to
feel
do,
old school,
but it feels like a summer blockbuster movie, and I can't say that about even Superman that's coming up. Like if it felt summer blockbuster, I think I would give it that. I don't even quite feel that for that one. This is the only one that I feel like that would fit what used to be the summer window. Now I feel like the summer window has shifted to the holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's when the bigger movies come out anymore.
Yeah.
And it's almost like that happened when the Lord of the Rings started shifting everything. And it slowly kind of slid that way when it comes to the bigger movies being released.
I will say this, I do want more of this type of movie, not specifically just racing or whatever, but it's just like original story, high, big budget, interesting director. Because over the last decade or so, movies like this have like just come out on streaming. Like it would just be released on Apple TV
Yeah.
or Netflix or whatever. and call it a day. They're really pushing this to be and go to the theater, see it, summer blockbuster, which I appreciate because not a lot of movies have gotten that treatment in the last decade or so. So I want to see a return of this. I do want to see something that's not a Jurassic Park or a comic book movie or something that's tied to some franchise that's already been going for 20, 30 years. Like
And
I do appreciate that.
I think that's what drives. That's what's driving it for me, because I'm at the point now where I want to go to the theater, but I don't want to go to a comic book movie anymore. Right at this point,
Yeah.
I'm not a horror person, so that whole genre is basically cut out.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's out there for me to find for me to actually go and see that is even remotely interesting to me?
Yeah. So you had one final trailer for us, right?
I've got one final trailer for us here, and this one here I cannot wait for. So I'm going to pull it up, the last one here, and we will go ahead and watch it.
Toothless. It's okay. I won't hurt you. Everything we know about dragons is wrong.
The reign of the dragons. That's right here, right now.
I'm the first Viking who wouldn't kill a dragon.
First to ride one, though.
All right, bud, you ready? Come on, come on. Yeah, look at us. My fault.
You have something none of us have.
Come on, bud. Watch out!
Pick up!
There we go. I'm actually torn with this movie.
I cannot wait.
I am torn, and I think here's the reason why. Because it just stinks of the Disney animated remakes. You know what I mean? Just like, let's make Beauty and the Beast live action, Aladdin live action, and just like I'm so over that idea. And like the animated movies are still more fresh than the Disney Renaissance era of the late 80s, early 90s. You know what I mean? They only came out like the How to Train Your Dragon 3 is maybe like 10 years old, if that.
Yeah,
like,
no, this franchise is nowhere near as old as the Disney ones that they were doing.
Great success for DreamWorks. I mean, they're very popular, and for the most part, I think people have found all three of those movies to be high quality, like entertaining, good stories, and like hits. So I'm curious what that means for this movie. So on one hand, I'm just like, oh God, like, do we need to remake a story I've seen in cartoon form before? But on the other hand, like, it reminds me of the The Last Dragon or Dragonheart, like the movies from back in the day, like in the early 90s and stuff. So it's like I always ask like The Lion King, for instance. Say I got a hankering to watch The Lion King today, right now.
Yeah.
am I putting on the original Lion King or am I putting on the Disney remake CG Lion King? And the answer is always going to be the original Lion King for me anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So like, but when they release, and I assume this is going to do well enough to release all 3 of these
Yeah,
movies in
this is
live
going to
action
be all
format.
3.
This has the potential of overtaking the animated one, I think, because it's like just with the very nature of taking flight and the special effects and the fire, and I feel like the special effects themselves can drive this into being the version of those stories that you watch over the animated ones, potentially.
Yeah, this one here, I was at first I was skeptical.
Yeah.
I was like, I really enjoy the first 3 movies. They're fun. And I like how they progress. It's not
Right.
like, okay, it's their 3 individual stories.
Like
No,
the
it's
characters grow up with
Yeah.
the movies, kind of like the Harry Potter series.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's 3 stories, but it's the characters growing in the stories.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was one thing that really did well with it. So I'm hoping that this actually, follows suit. But I mean, everything about that trailer, and it just, because of my history with the movie, the original ones, it just
Yeah.
put a smile on my face. And I can't say it's always true about most of the remakes. So most of them, I'm looking at them just kind of skeptical, like you were saying. But I mean, all the money that Universal's putting behind this with Epic Universe, they have a whole land and a brand new theme park down there for How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm.
So they are banking on this to be huge, so they can go ahead and continue to build this IP higher, put more money into this IP.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's going to make a ton of money. Let's see, to wrap up here, that was it for the trailers, right? I think to wrap up, I'm just going to go down the list of release dates and just kind of list some honorable mentions. We're recording this on the 3rd of June, so coming up on the 6th of June, Friday, is from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Did you see the John Wick movies?
Okay, hot take. They have gotten progressively worse.
Okay, I've only seen the first one.
I love the first one. The second one was good. The third one was too much.
Mm.
It was just too much of itself. It's like,
so no interest in seeing Ballerina.
There is an interest in the Ballerina for me.
Yeah,
but I don't know how much, because I know they also did something on the Continental on like NBC on Peacock they put out.
Yeah,
and I heard it was all right. And it was like, and then I never checked it out.
The following week though is How to Train Your Dragon live action. That's coming out June 13th.
I have to see it delayed. Skylar's
really?
at camp. Well, what's going to wind up happening is the Skylar's at camp all week. We pick her up on Friday, but on the 13th.
Yeah.
The 13th, we have tickets to go see the Savannah Bananas in Cincinnati.
Oh,
so
cool.
we were able to pull tickets for that through the lottery. So, okay, so we're going to be there in the evening. On the 14th, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
And me and my wife, Janessa, are going to Columbus for a date night for a crew game.
I hope your leg's healed up by then.
Yeah. And and to wrap it up on that Sunday, Zach and I and his friend and another family are going back to Cincinnati for an international soccer game.
Yeah.
So it's like that weekend is like slam packed.
It's packed.
So we have to wait till Monday or Tuesday, when I can catch my breath to go ahead and see that.
June 20th, 28 years later.
Not interested whatsoever.
Zombies. I'm not either. I don't think it's going to make any money. To be fair, it probably doesn't need to make a ton of money to be considered successful, but I think just zombie movies as a whole is kind of a dead, pardon the pun, genre. Right. Let's see, F1 June 27th and Megan 2.0. Those 2 movies come out the same weekend.
That may be a weird weekend for me. I may check. I know Janessa's not going to have any interest in Megan, so that's going to be a movie I'm going to have to go do by myself, which I'm not a big fan of doing.
Right.
But I may do that one.
Following weekend is July 2nd, which is a Wednesday for the long weekend. Jurassic World Rebirth's going to make a bunch of money that weekend. The following week is Superman on the 11th.
Is anything opening with Superman that it's shown, or is that just they're kind of avoiding it?
No. Yeah, they made room for Superman. Even the following week, July 18th is Smurfs, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, which,
I don't
depending
give
on
a
a
Smurf.
no, I guess not. Even back in the day when those movies first came out, it still felt like, the poor man's Scream movie. Like, I'd rather go
Yeah.
see Scream than
Oh, yeah.
I Know
No,
What You Did Last
trying
Summer.
to like actually relaunch that series is
Yeah.
yeah. It's like doing Scream again, which didn't really work very well.
July 25th, this is kind of the biggest honorable mention, is the Fantastic Four. We didn't really talk about it. What are you excited for the least? Superman or the Fantastic Four?
Oh, you would do that to me, wouldn't you? Just by default, I've got to say Superman. But I mean, I don't give a damn about either.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those like I just neither of them are exciting to me whatsoever.
I am afraid that I think every new big Marvel movie that comes out, the general public is just kind of waiting for something within the story to turn the universe upside down and to be like, oh my gosh, where do we go from here? Oh my gosh, this is going to lay out the course for the next 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
movies. Like, and it just never happens. Like, we're just kind of like piddling, and every movie is just kind of like spinning tires, and we haven't really had any major character developments or universe developments since I don't know, Endgame, or even something big like Spider-Man, and bringing it was cool to see Tobey Maguire and stuff, but at the end of the day, at the end of that movie, what changed within the universe? Like, not much.
My argument with that movie could have been over in 30 minutes.
Right.
That movie, basically what he wanted to do at the beginning is exactly what he did at the end of that movie. But
Right.
let's move on from that.
The Fantastic Four, I don't know. I will go see it. I'm looking forward to it more than you are. I like the players that are involved there, and I am mostly out of curiosity just to see how this fits in the larger cinematic universe. But I don't have any high expectation anymore of it being this big game changer of a
Yeah.
movie for the movies. After that, did The Bad Guys? Do you remember that animated one?
My kids like that movie.
Yeah,
I've
sequel's coming
seen
out.
I've seen the trailer. I'm like, that may be a Peacock movie because I just don't unless they insist on going and see it because
Yeah.
the first one was fun. I'll give it, but I'm like, yeah, if they say they want to go see it, maybe I'll go take them to see it because I like getting out to the theater with them. It just kind of gets them out of the house. Also gives Janessa a break for a couple hours.
The same week, August 1st, I don't think it's a remake, but it's a new version of The Naked Gun, which the first series of movies with Leslie Nielsen are some of my all-time favorite. I think they formed my sense of humor. Like, I saw them at a very defining age, like 11, 12, where that brand of humor just stuck with me. And I'm curious to see what Liam Neeson, how he fits the role of Frank Drebin. The trailer I thought was pretty funny. You didn't see the trailer or anything, did you?
I don't think I have now.
I'm gonna go see that once again, just basically out of curiosity. I'm hopeful that I laugh at least a few times, but I'm not 11, 12 anymore. I'm a broken 42-year-old man that has no sense of humor. So I might just sit there crying. I don't know, weeping over my lost childhood. Let's see. And okay, this is a movie. I wish we could pull up this trailer.
Give me a second. What is it?
The title of the movie is Weapons by Warner Brothers. Comes out August 8th. Same weekend as Freakier Friday. I'm telling you, this movie looks way freakier than Freakier Friday.
Is it Warner Brothers?
Yeah. And I don't know if you're gonna the trailer, it's a horror movie. But
I got it ready.
Yeah,
you want to do it?
Yeah, let's pull it up.
Okay, let's go ahead and I don't know what I'm getting myself into here, but
I saw the trailer for this and I'm looking forward to it.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different. Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark.
Oh, hell no.
And then came back.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
Oh, what the?
Matthew, where are you? Where did you go?
This is where the story really starts.
Oh, hell no.
No, not for you.
Nope, and no. That is no. Holy crap.
Oh man, looks scary, doesn't it?
From the minute they said they woke up at 2:17 a.m. and walked out, oh no,
That's what
no.
hooked me is the premise. Like, what's going on here? Like, is the teacher an innocent bystander in all this, or did she like the cause of this? Like, what's going on with these kids in particular? The drama with the parents, like, freaking out, and just like the random stuff we saw, and in the trailer, how they say basically the premise is just the beginning of the story. Like, I'm hooked. That was enough. That trailer was enough to be like, okay, I'm intrigued by this. I'm gonna go see that.
I'm a big puss, and I would not be seeing that in the theater. That would not be happening for me. And well, my reactions during that trailer by itself should say enough. I
You
mean,
said, "Oh hell no."
Oh, okay.
The only other one that I maybe we'll see, it's Nobody 2, Bob Odenkirk. I just watched this. So literally, I woke up. I don't know. It was like a Saturday morning, and for some reason, I woke up at like 6 a.m. I had to pee or something. The rest of the house was
Old man waking up in the middle of the night.
the rest of the house was still sleeping soundly, and I was like, well, what do I do? So I pulled up I watched this movie on my phone. The first movie, Nobody, with Bob Odenkirk. I've seen like when it came out on Blu-ray or whatever, I saw like Walmart had bins of it and stuff. Like, it wasn't popular. It's popular enough to get a sequel, but he plays like this aging ex-retired. Imagine if John Wick like eventually retired, got out of the game, and had a family with like a wife, and he's got like 2 teenage kids, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden he had to be John Wick again. Like, it was done really, really well, and the sequel looks kind of funny. It's kind of like John Wick if John Wick was a little bit funnier,
So
because
it's
it is
kind of like
Bob
the Liam
Odenkirk.
Neeson, not Snatched, but I've got a unique set of skills. I forget.
There is a lot of that, but there's also like a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor, like just with him just like beating the tar out of a bunch of guys with guns in his house, and him having to like shoo his daughter like away from the room that's full of bloody beat up guys, and just like it's interesting, and it's almost like if John Wick met with like the old school Chevy Chase vacation movies. Like, how do I deal with being this guy?
Okay, that's a funny premise. That may be enough for me to be like, I may need to see that.
Like, how do I be this guy and also continue to be a husband and father to the family that I love, right? So the first one was good. The second one, I saw the trailer, that looked pretty funny too. But that kind of then, like any August during the summer movie month, it kind of peers out. There's not much after that. What's your? I gave you my one that I'm most looking forward to. It's Superman. What's yours?
I think I fall under F1.
Okay.
I think F1 is for me, and then it goes, How to Train Your Dragon, and Jurassic World. That's always going to be up there because that's always just going to make me smile for some stupid reasons.
Yeah.
But F1, I think, is my top one.
Oh, well, there you have it. I think we did a pretty fair job at previewing the summer 2025
And I can
movies.
guarantee you I will not be seeing Weapons.
I will be, so at least it'll have one movie ticket purchase. But yeah, that's it. Any final thoughts for the movies?
No, I mean, I feel like the summer movie season has been a disappointment recently in
Yeah.
recent history. So, I mean, I'm looking for something that just gets us going again
I feel like potentially this could be a good one.
because it used to be. I mean, when we were growing up, when we were getting, I mean, summer movies were summer movies.
Yeah.
They were a big deal, and
Right.
I still feel like they're. And I don't know if it's a product of streaming now, where you get your Last of Us, and you get all these properties that way,
Right.
rather than getting them in movie form. So, I mean, that may be a product of it, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, that's the streaming environment is something that keeps popping its head as far as our conversations you and I have. But that's it. Join me. I'm going to be continuing to upload my playthrough Red Dead Redemption 2, trying to upload those every other day. Chris is starting a brand new build with Lego. What are you building next? Lego,
I've
what is
got
it?
a really small, just like uh, Hogwarts training one. I mean, literally, it may only be like 150 piece or something small. But I've got a
Yeah,
Mandrake. I may build, but I've got my Pixar lamp in the mail today,
right.
so that may take precedent
Yeah,
for me to go ahead and build because it looks like a blast. It doesn't look very big, so it shouldn't take me too long to build.
yeah.
But that one's probably my next one.
You and I should pop in when we actually see these movies week to week. Just kind of schedule as they come out to hop on here and maybe give a short review of the movies that we actually see. Some of if you see one or I see one or if we see one together throughout the summer, maybe pop on here too and discuss and anything else that we happen to think about over the summer.
There we go. Okay, guys. Well, I guess until we see you or you hear from us or whatever it is about this time next week, I'm just gonna say again, keep it cheesy.
Keep it cheesy.